Good morning. My name is Ryan Foley, and the question I researched today is, to what extent can the promotion of playing online video games to high school students ages 13 to 18 impact bullying between students in the future? A solution I came up with is to promote increased playtime to decrease bullying and promote acceptance in schools. People who use social media are more likely to voice their opinions. This is because with more internet accessibility and easier to use platforms, social media continues to rise in popularity. As we can see from this graph here, the usage rates of YouTube and Facebook are ranging from 70% to 80% of all people in the United States, and this number is increased with teenagers because teenagers are more adapted to technology. All beliefs are now shown on media based off of increased media use and people willing to voice their opinions online. Direct correlation between acceptance and media use. According to the source Social Media and the Movement of Ideas, we can infer the fact that there is a direct correlation between acceptance and social media use, because people become more accepting when exposed to new ideas. And video games count as social media because of online platforms and ways to communicate with people during a game. Therefore, it falls in line with the definition of a social media platform. According to the source, Kids on Social Media and Bullying, teens view games as a way to make new friends and socialize. This contrasts the popular adult view of video games being detrimental based off of the graph to the right here, or to the left. We can see that people believe video games portray minority groups poorly. They believe that there is some racism in games. Teens' views must take precedence over the parents because the solution aims to combat bullying in teens, and any other concerns are irrelevant at this time. This graph shows the video games can create a downfall in youth crime rates based off of games throughout the years. With the release of the PlayStation 1 and Grand Theft Auto 1, we saw a large decrease in crime rates in youth because there is a different place for them to go. Video games provide an outlet for teens to go instead of violence and aggression. The Department of Juvenile Detention confirms the previous statement made. Teens seek belonging. Games fill the void that used to be filled by crime. According to a study done by Dr. Christopher Ferguson, a professor from Stetson University, children with ADHD are 4 times more likely to become bullies as a defense mechanism. Diagnosis rates have increased each year since 2003, according to CHAD.org, so we can attribute to the spike in bullying from 2005 to 2007, as pictured in the graph by the Rowan Institute, to this. Games calm children with ADHD and attention deficit disorders, and this allows them to better connect to their peers and to society as a whole, because this energy can now be placed into something they enjoy, and it allows them to have conversations with people who also enjoy these video games as well. Another potential solution would be not to promote video game play, but at least discuss and paint a positive picture around them. This gives teams more control and more of a choice as whether they would want to play video games or not. A limitation to this solution would be that without promoting video game play, people who do not play will continue not to. The chart from the Nielsen Company shows trends of video game play per month, where we see that the highest is in winter months and then the lowest is in summer and fall months because people can go outside and have more outdoor activities. But this data will not change at all if there is no specific promotion, because then if people who don't play them to begin with won't play them if they're just painted in a positive light. So an impact to my solution would be homework amount changes. To support the idea of increased video game play, maybe not to the extreme Dr. Jane McGonigal proposed in her TED Talk, Gaming Can Make a Better World, but in order to have increased playtime, homework amounts will have to lower in high schools. Of course there will be homework assignments, but teens need to be able to have time to play in general. The current high school homework time ranges from an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, which is a large amount for students to have. So a better alternative would be to maybe make it to junior high or to grades 3 through 6 in order to allow them to relax and unwind and be able to play video games instead of having to worry about their assignments and other stresses. Thank you for your questions.
All right, I have 2 questions for you, Ryan, if I can make the papers work. First up, how did your research question evolve as you moved through the process?
So originally my question was going to be all video games in general, but I changed it to online video games because just video games in general is too broad and it doesn't really connect to social media, because the social media and the movement of ideas I realized that that doesn't connect to all video games. It only can connect to ones where you can communicate with other players.
All right. Sorry, I'm just scribbling something down. What level of certainty do you have about your solution to this?
I have high level of certainty through this because based off of the sources I use, such as Psychology Today, the study by Christopher Ferguson, and all the other ones I mentioned in my presentation, there's enough evidence to back up the fact that this will work and that this can actually lower bullying in high schools by giving people common